All right, let's get right into it. We usually think of dance as, well, art, something you see on a stage. But what if it's something deeper, more primal? What if it's a language, a tool for survival when your actual voice has been taken away? Today, we're going to explore how Black dance became exactly that, a powerful, unspoken language of resilience. The amazing Zora Neale Hurston wrote this, and wow, it just cuts right to the bone, doesn't it? For centuries, staying silent wasn't just a choice, it was a life or death threat. So to actually voice your pain, your history, your truth, that was a profound act of resistance. So that really makes you wonder, right? If silence can be a death sentence, how do you speak when your words are literally forbidden? What if the answer isn't something you say at all? What if you find it in a rhythm, in a movement, in a beat that just can't be broken? And that right there is where our story really kicks off. In a time and place where even the most basic forms of communication were outlawed, something totally radical was born. Not out of choice, mind you, but out of pure necessity. This innovation led to art forms like stepping. Now, what's so incredible about this is that it's more than just dance. It's percussion. The entire body, your hands, your feet, your voice, they all become this living, breathing orchestra. It's how you make music when your instruments have been stolen. So how did this even happen? Well, if you look at the timeline, it all goes back to this one huge moment in 1739, the Stono Rebellion in South Carolina. Enslaved people used drums to signal their revolt, a powerful form of communication. Afterwards, terrified lawmakers passed something called the Negro Act, which specifically banned drumming. They thought they could silence the signal, but they couldn't have been more wrong. Nope, they couldn't stop it. And this is the absolute key to the whole thing. When you take away the drum, you don't actually kill the beat. You just force it to find a new home. The rhythm moved from the drum skin to human skin. The body itself became the drum. So this incredible act of creative survival, it didn't just fade away after the 18th century. Oh no, it grew, it evolved, and it wove itself into these powerful, living traditions that became the cultural heartbeat of entire communities. And you can literally feel that heartbeat today in these traditions. I mean, think about the New Orleans Second Line. It's been going on for almost 150 years. It's this vibrant parade where brass bands and dancers take back the streets, forging community. Or look at stepping, which was adopted and made famous by Black fraternities and sororities way back in the 1900s as this incredible show of unity, pride, and history. And it's not just me saying this. One scholar put it perfectly. These aren't just parades or shows. They are a powerful, expressive story of resistance. They're loud and clear declarations against the constant threat of having your culture, your history, and your very space erased. Okay, so we've seen these big public traditions, but let's zoom in a little bit, get more personal. There's a study of African dance in Oakland, California, that gives us this amazing look at how these traditions build community for Black women on a really deep level, right here, right now. You just have to hear how one of the dancers in the study put it. She described this feeling of coming home, of finally finding a place where she just belonged. This was way more than learning dance steps. It was about finding your tribe and connecting with yourself. And the research totally backs this feeling up, revealing this whole universe of benefits. This wasn't just a dance class. For these women, it was therapy. It was a tool for their mental health, for relieving stress. It built deep friendships, helped them push back against mainstream beauty standards, and gave them this powerful sense of control over their own bodies. It was spiritual. It was cultural. It was everything. So we've seen the history. We've seen the community. But what's actually happening here? Like on a scientific level, why is this so effective? How does rhythm actually rewire our brains and bodies to heal? First off, we have to understand just how high the stakes are. According to the American Psychological Association, only 1 in 3 Black adults who need mental health care are actually getting it. Think about that, 1 in 3. That is a massive gap. It means that finding healing practices that are accessible and culturally relevant isn't just a nice idea, it's absolutely essential. So what makes a practice like African dance so powerfully healing? Well, the Oakland study pointed to this huge difference in philosophy. Dancers said that Western forms like ballet often feel like you're forcing your body to fit some kind of rigid ideal. But with traditional African dance, they felt the movement respected the wisdom of their own bodies. It's about expression, not conformity. It's liberation, not manipulation. And this isn't just an isolated finding. Check this out. A Canadian study on a hip-hop dance program for disadvantaged youth found real measurable improvements all over the place. I mean, look at these numbers. Big jumps in psychological well-being, better social relationships, even better physical health. This proves that the healing power of rhythm isn't just a nice story, it's real, and you can actually measure it. So what does this all add up to? You've got the history of resistance, the deep community building, the science of healing. It all points to one powerful conclusion. This isn't just history we're talking about. It's a living, breathing legacy, a tool for wellness that is just as vital today as it was centuries ago. And I want to be crystal clear about this. Stepping, the second line, African dance classes, these are not historical artifacts locked away at a museum. They are vibrant, evolving traditions that are actively empowering people and building communities right now, all across the globe. And the amazing thing is, the core ideas here are for everyone. The sources we've looked at point to these simple, powerful ways to reclaim this kind of wellness. Join a drum circle and connect with people. Sing to lift your own spirit. Dance it out in any way that feels good, just to celebrate your body. And tell your story, because turning pain into growth, that's the ultimate act of healing. You know, there's an old proverb that just perfectly captures this idea. When the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. These cultural traditions, they are the deep roots. They provide the strength and stability to get through life's storms, connecting people to this heritage of incredible resilience. So as we wrap this up, it's pretty clear the medicine was never really lost, was it? It's been carried in the bodies, the voices, and the spirits of people for generations. The real question for all of us is, how do we tune in? How do we rediscover that powerful, healing beat in our own lives?